Your connection with your breath. Taking a deep breath in and a long exhale out. Deep breath in, elongating the spine. One long exhale out, sliding out. And one more just like that, deep breath, stretching up the spine. And gentle, long side out. And start connecting with your breath. Perhaps closing your eyes or softening your gaze. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Elbows in line with the shoulders. Relaxing the head, neck, shoulders, arms, torso. Noticing the sit bones connecting with the ground. Bringing a full relaxation of the legs, hands, and feet. And connecting with the breath. Noticing the breath as it goes in. And noticing the breath as it flows out. Soft breath. Letting go of all that happened just before this practice, before this breath. And the awareness comes on this breath. And just focusing now on this breath. And this one. And we arrive to this present moment. Arriving to a place of compassion, to a place of stillness. Becoming one more breath. And letting it out. And then it's finding our normal rhythm of breath. Noticing how it feels now. Does the breath slow down? Perhaps. And we'll start our practice with the sound and vibration of 3 ohms. Feel free to join or just listen. As you're ready, you may bring your hands to the heart with any you. And on the next exhale, we'll chant. Connecting with the breath. And perhaps establishing an intention for your practicing today. Perhaps sense of gratitude with compassion, or anything else that connects with you at this moment. And you may bow your head to seal your intention. Release the hands, lift the chin, and gently open your eyes. We're moving to our mantra for today, which is the mantra, so I am that I am. And this brings us on awareness of our true essence, of seeing the light in each and every one of us, just as we honor that light within each and all of us within Namaste. And so we connect with that essence within us. And it's a beautiful mantra. It's a very simple, but it's the innate sound of the breath as well, where it's a normal rhythm in the breath. So we'll practice this mantra first aloud, then humming, and then silently, 3 times each with each breath. So as we inhale, perhaps visualize the connection flowing from your root center all the way to the top of your head, inhaling so. And as you exhale, visualize your light flowing from the top of your head to your root with the word plum. Inhaling so from root to crown, exhaling plum from crown to root. Taking a deep breath in here, it's a preparation. And letting it go. And then we start inhaling from root to head. So exhale. From root to crown. One more time. No, humming. Now silently inhaling, so awareness from root to crown. Exhaling from crown to root. Exhaling, so exhaling from last one, inhaling. So, and exhaling. Just connect your breath and your intention. Taking a deep breath. Exhaling, palms facing down.
Okay.
Hands come down to the floor, connecting with the earth. Taking a deep breath in here. And then slow, gentle out, breath out. So we inhale, we bring the arms above the head. Palms touch. Exhale, hands come to the body. Inhale, arms come all the way up. And then we'll interlace the fingers, palm face towards the ceiling. And we breathe. As we exhale, we'll tilt the torso towards the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, tilting to the left. Inhale, center. And on the next exhale, we'll release the hands and we'll tilt the torso to the right, and that hand goes on top of the right knee, right hand is supporting your spine. As we inhale, we lengthen and stretch up the spine. And as we exhale, we twist a little bit deeper, trying to look over the right shoulder. And just breath in here. And one more breath out here. Inhale, arms come above the head, torso faces forward. And as we exhale, we'll tip to the opposite side, right hand on top of the left knee, left hand supporting your spine. Inhale, we lengthen and stretch up the spine. And exhale, we'll twist a little bit deeper, trying to look over the left shoulder. And just breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, arms above the head, torso faces forward, and exhale, slowly hands come down, feeling the air in between your fingertips and touching the air with your fingers. Bringing the hands towards the knees, and then we'll do a couple of spinal circles here, inhaling and exhaling, moving with the rhythm of your breath. You can go faster or slower, trying to go at the pace that feels comfortable for you. One more circle in this direction. And next time we'll switch the positions of the leg. The foot is then in front, now it's on behind you. And then we'll start moving to the opposite side. Coming to center here, let's do a couple of seated cat cows. As we inhale, we arch the spine, gaze goes up. And as we exhale, we round the back, tuck the tail in. And go at your own rhythm, inhaling in your seated cow. And exhaling in your seated cat. A few more at your own pace. And next time we find ourselves back in the center, and we'll bring the soles of the feet together, forming our Baddha Konasana. If your knees are way up, perhaps you want to sit on a blanket, and then maybe you just sway a little bit from side to side, finding the place where your sit bones feel more centered, and then finding your stillness right. And then we'll start flapping our wings up and down. And then maybe cup your fingers right in front and start swaying your way down, walking your hands forward and slowly rocking your way until you find a place that you're still, remain still and just breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath. And slowly lifting the torso. And then we'll extend the right foot in front of us. And then point and flex that right foot. Give it a spin to one side and then to the other. And then from here, inhaling, arms come above the head and hinging from the hips as we exhale, we go forward, keeping the back straight. And when you cannot go forward any longer with the back straight, then round the back and get closer to that leg. If it bothers your knee, perhaps you want to put a blanket underneath your knee. And just allow the hands to fall wherever you feel comfortable and breathe. One more breath in here. And slowly lifting the torso. And we'll simply switch the positions of the legs. Now the left leg is straight and the right knee is in the right foot is into the inner thigh. And then let's point and flex that left foot. Give it a spin to one side and then to the other. And then as we inhale, we lift the arms above the head and exhaling, hinging from the hips, keeping the back straight, going forward, and then rounding the back when you cannot go any further with that straight back. You just take a couple of breaths in here. And once again, if the knee or leg bothers you, you're welcome to have a blanket underneath that left knee for support. And just breathe. One more breath. And slowly lifting the torso up. And let's simply give a couple of spin here on the wrist to one side and then to the other. We'll extend the right leg or extend the right arm. And then have the palms of fingers pointing towards the ceiling. And then with the left hand, we'll grab onto those fingers and press down towards your face. And just breathe in here and breathe out. And then having the fingers pointing down, we'll have the hands on the knuckles and press a gentle press towards those knuckles. And then let's do the same thing on the other hand. So left fingers are pointing towards the ceiling, and we have your right hand to press on those fingers towards your face. Very gentle stretch on the wrist. And then press pointing down. Right hand is pressing on the knuckles and gentle press. And then open, close, hands. And once again, circling. And then circling to the opposite side. Shake your hands, shake your legs. And let's find our way to our all fours, perhaps having a blanket underneath your knees. Aligning the wrist with your shoulders and the knees with your hips. And maybe sway your hips from side to side, wagging the tail. And let's do a couple of cat cows from this place. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart as you look up. Exhale, round the back to the tail in. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart into your cow. Exhale, round the back, of the tail into your cat. Just a few more at your own rhythm. Warming up that core, the whole spine. And coming to center. And from here, you can have your right foot in between your hands. If it stays behind, just help with your hand. Maybe having the blocks on the sides, and we're simply rock forward and back to open up those hips and stretch out your legs. And in the next inhale, we'll lift the torso, lift the arms, and just breathe. Exhale, twist to the right, arms open wide. Exhale, left hand goes next to your foot, right arm reaches towards the sky. Maybe you keep your left knee on the floor, maybe you tuck your toes in and lift that left knee off the ground. And breathe. And exhale, frame the foot with your hands, and simply step into plank, and then shift forward and lower all the way down. Uncurl the toes, inhale into a baby cobra. Exhale, lower it down. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale into a baby cobra. Exhale, lower it down. Last one, we'll hold, inhale, lift them into baby cobra. Maybe a little bit higher. And just breathe in for 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down, curl the toes in, and find your way back to tabletop. And then once again, wag your tail from side to side. Maybe a couple of circles here. And then to the other side. And then from here, let's bring that right foot in between your hands and sway forward and back. I'm sorry, did that right already, so let's go left. And on your next inhale, we'll shift the torso forward, lift the torso up, arms above the head, and just breathe in here. 3, 2, 1. Your next breath will open the arms towards the side as we twist toward the left. Your next breath, right hand goes next to your left foot. And maybe you stay right here with the left hand reaching towards the ceiling. Or perhaps you want to tuck in your toes and lift the right knee off the floor and twist a little bit deeper. On your next breath, bring that foot with your hands, step into plank. And inhale, hold that plank, or maybe bring your knees towards the earth. Just breathe here. Activating that core. 3, 2, 1. Shift forward, lower all the way down. Inhale into your back bend, either cobra or up dog. For up dog, knees and hips are off the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up towards the ceiling, then bend the knee and open the fist. Maybe rotate the ankle to one side and then to the other. Inhale, extend, relax, square the hips, right foot comes in between your hands. And we'll drop the right knee on the floor. And inhale once again into your lifting the torso, arms above the head. And exhale, framing the foot. And then from here, keeping the left knee on the floor, as we inhale, we bring the right knee back and lift it exactly. Just maybe staying right here. Maybe the left hand reaches up or forward towards you. Finding your balance here, activating the core. And exhale, maybe into elbow. Inhale, extend. Reaching out, exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend, lengthening. Exhale, knee to elbow. And coming back to tabletop. And exhale to child's pose. Couple of breaths in here, maybe a sip of water or two. And finding our way back to our tabletop. Tucking our toes in, winding our way back down, we're facing dog. Inhale, left leg out towards the ceiling, bending out the hips. And maybe rotating your ankle to one side and then to the other. Inhale, extend the legs, square the hips, left foot comes in between your hands. Right knee comes down, inhale, torso, arms up. Feeling the space in between your palms. Maybe shifting your pelvis forward and finding slight back and breathe. One more breath here. Exhale, framing the foot with your hands. And then on this next breath, we'll bring that left leg towards the back, lengthening the back leg. And then maybe staying right here, or maybe right arm reaches forward. Finding your balance, activating that core. And breathe. One more breath. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. And exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend, and find your way back to tabletop and back to child's pose. And breathe. Breath. Finding our way back to tabletop, tucking our toes in, finding our way to down, facing dog. Inhale, looking between your hands, back forward. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, moving to rise, arms above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart. And breathe. One more breath in here. From here, we'll step the right foot towards the back, finding our way into our warrior one. Arms can come above the head, or maybe they would stay next to you on your heads. And just breathe. Gaze forward or towards the space in between your bones. Then we'll bring the palms together and then we'll come down to your heart. And as we exhale, we'll twist to the left. Maybe the right elbow comes on the outer side of your left knee. That's a total option. You can stay up here with the torso just twisting.
What's unusual? Not for me.
One more breath up here. And then from here, the right hand comes down to the floor or a block. And we can continue twisting that torso towards the left. Maybe the left hand is on your right, on your left knee, or perhaps it's reaching up towards the sky.
Right hand. I'm doing backwards. See, it's one or the other way around.
One more breath in here. And exhale, frame the foot with your hands and simply step onto plank. Hold your plank, activate that core. Maybe the knees comes down. Wherever you are, just breathe. And then shift forward and lower chaturanga or all the way down. Inhale into your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And your next breath, right foot steps forward and we rise into our warrior one. Relaxing the shoulders. Gaze is either straight forward or towards the space in between your palms. One more breath here. Exhale, the hands come to the heart. And then we twist towards the right. And maybe you want to stay right here, or perhaps the left elbow reaches the outer side of your left knee. But it's okay to stay all the way up. If your elbow is on the outer side, maybe your right arm reaches towards the sky. Just breathe. Finding your twist, perhaps twisting a little bit deeper with each exhalation. One more breath. And then from here, we'll bring that left hand towards the floor. And then the right hand can stay on the outer side of your right knee and twist a little bit deeper. Or perhaps the right arm reaches towards the sky. One more breath. Exhale, frame the foot with your hands, and then vinyasa or straight to down dog. Inhale, look in between your hands, up. Walk your way to the top of the mat. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Breathe. Just breathe. Nothing to do. Only breathing. One breath here. From here, we'll find a drishti, a focal point in front of you. Something that is not moving. And then from here, we'll bring your weight and awareness towards your right foot. We move into our tree pose. We'll start lifting the left heel over the right ankle, opening the hips. Just we prepare. And perhaps you want to stay right here, Or maybe that left foot comes a little bit higher on your calf. Or maybe all the way up to your inner thigh. Just avoid the area right next to your knee. Anchor that big foot on the floor. Connect with your drishti. And perhaps the hands can stay there in your waist. Prayer position. Or you may grow your tree and open your branches. And just breathe. One more breath. And slowly lowering the arms, lowering the butt, finding your stillness in Tadasana. Noticing the edges of your feet, the steadiness of your breath. One more breath. Then bring your awareness to your left foot as you move your weight to that foot. And you open the hips by bringing your right ankle on top of the left, your right heel on top of your left ankle. And you can stay right here. Or maybe that right foot comes a little bit higher or all the way up to your inner thigh. Again, just avoid the area right next to your knee. Hands can stay on the waist. Prayer position. Just notice where you want to take your hands. Perhaps finding movement. Or finding your stillness. Easy enough. Maybe closing your eyes.
Bit windy.
Really good.
It's very windy.
One more breath here. And slowly lowering the arms. Lowering the butt. Finding your Tadasana mountain pose. Just breathe. And then maybe shake it up if you want to. And let's continue moving. So from here, okay. Finding our way to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale, fold, step on the plank. Hold your plank. Maybe lifting the right foot. Maybe making a circle with that right foot. And then to the other side. And then inhale, shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale down, facing left. Inhale, right leg out towards the ceiling, bend and knee up in the hips. Inhale, straighten the legs, square the hips, left foot comes in between your hands.
Left.
Left foot.
Okay, sorry.
Inhale, rise, arms come above the head. Exhale, opening up to warrior two. Inhale, shift the torso forward, lift the palm up, reverse your warrior. Exhale into side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Then straightening up that left front leg. Exhale, coming to leg, the arms are straight. And then on your next exhale, shift the torso forward until you cannot go any forward. And then left hand comes down to your chin, floor, or a block. Right hand can stay on your waist. Or lifting up towards your trigonometry. Triangle pose. And just breathe. Trying to keep the shoulders stacked on top of each other. So we're not collapsing onto the leg to go down. Trying to have an even position on your torso and shoulders stacked on top of each other.
No, shoulders stacked.
Leg, front leg is straight.
Okay.
Well, both legs are straight. There you go. Got it.
Block. And then shoulders
You can
stacked.
keep the right hand on your waist. Yeah, this will be helpful with the block.
Yep.
No.
And then the right
There
on
you got it.
and then the right on your waist. Oh,
Right on my
Uh-huh.
waist.
Wait,
WA.
oh, waist.
Okay, and I'll keep the shoulders stacked if you can.
You got it. That looks nice. One more breath here. And Gloria, if you wanna practice your half moon, maybe you have another block. So you
Yeah.
can pull, chip forward and have that left hand on the block.
There you
And
go.
lift in the right leg. Yeah. Bella, there you go.
Yeah. Left
You
is my
got it.
no. That's my worst leg. The left.
So that's good, because then you do the difficult first, and then the other one is a breeze.
Oh well, let's see.
One more breath here, then lower it down. And as you inhale, let's find our way back to warrior two. And just breathe.
Okay. Oops.
Beautiful, well done. One more breath in here. And exhale, we'll cartwheel our hands, bring that left foot with our hands, and simply step onto your plank. You can stay in plank or bring the knees down. And then from here, we're gonna do the other side. So that's if you're in your plank, inhale, maybe lifting your left leg and doing a circle with your left foot. And then the first circle goes to the other side. Inhale, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just breathing in. Inhale, left leg, bend the knee, open the hip. Straighten the legs to the hips. And then actually the right foot comes in between your hands. And we'll pivot all the way to your warrior two. Just breathe. And then shift the torso forward, flip the palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale to side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale back to warrior two, straighten that front leg, shift the torso forward, lower down into your triangle, right hand on your chin or a block. Stacking your shoulders one on top of the other, legs are straight. Left hand on your waist. And you can stay right here, or if you want to practice your half moon, grab that block. And then take a hop. And then have that block in front of your pinky right toe.
Much for me. A better leg.
Mhm.
Whew, so much for being a better leg. I should have been playing.
One more breath. And then slowly coming back to your warrior two. Got it.
Barely, but
Yeah, you got it. That was better than that side was easier, right? Just breathe.
a lot to go.
And then cartwheel your hands, bring that right foot with your hands. And vinyasa or straight down dog. And then from here, let's find our way to our child's pose. Maybe. Rest, couple of breaths. In child's pose. Or having a quick water break here.
Okay. You okay?
One more breath. All right, you ready up? No, since you guys are here, let's come way bend the knees. Maybe having a block nearby or supported bridge in a little bit, and then slowly come all the way down. Full stretch. And from here, let's do a couple of flowing with bridge. So as we inhale, we'll lift the hips, we'll lift the arms above the head. And as we exhale, slowly bring the hips down and arms go back next to the hips. Inhale, arms up the head. And exhale, slowly come down. And we'll continue with that movement. But perhaps adding the mantra of the day. Inhaling so. Exhale, mentally repeating so. That's good. Mentally repeating as we inhale. And continue at your own rhythm. Inhaling so as we lift. Exhaling as we come down. One last time. And then option to have your block underneath your sacrum where your supported bridge goes, where you may continue inhaling and exhaling with the mantra so.
And then stay right here. Or if you wish, you can lift the legs up. The waterfall pose. Or if you have a shoulder bend practice, perhaps you want to remove the block and practice your shoulder bend. Anything is optional. Except for the breath, which comes natural. Breathing in and breathing out.
Feels good.
Your shoulders down, please keep your gaze towards your feet. Avoid looking side to side, but very important shoulders down. One more breath. If you have a cloud in your practice, maybe they go to that. And slowly and gently, we had the block, we may remove the block. And then from here, we'll bring the feet in line, but a little bit wider than the hips and bringing the knees back to center, realigning the spine here. Taking a few more breaths, maybe the hands are on your belly. And then we'll bring the right knee towards the chest. The left knee will extend towards the floor. And from here, we'll have the right knee to twist towards the left side. And the right hand can come towards the back. While the left hand is supporting your right knee. Finding comfort in your spinal twist. One more breath in here. On your next exhale, we'll find your ways back to center. Rearranging the torso and legs. And then the left knee comes towards your chest, then you give it a hug with your hands. And the right leg can come down, stretching and straightening when you're on the floor. Breathing in and breathing in. And then your next exhale, maybe bringing that left knee towards the right side of the body, supporting the outer edge of your left knee with your right hand. And then the left arm can extend as a wing on the floor, finding that balance between the shoulder blade and the knee, maybe supporting either one with a block or a blanket. Just breathing. One more breath in here. Slowly coming back to center. Bringing both knees towards the chest, giving yourself a big loving hug. Swaying from side to side, maybe finding a happy baby or any other movement pose moves that will complete your practice for the day in your asana movements.
And as you're ready, you have a few more breaths. Allow yourself to slowly complete your asana practice. And then make yourself as comfortable as possible to allow your body to rest. Allow your body to absorb this practice in Shavasana. Allowing the whole body and mind to relax. Perhaps bringing your hands on the sides, maybe palms facing up. Maybe having a blanket or something underneath your knees to alleviate the lower back. And then slowly bringing the relaxation, softening each part of the body as it's called. Relaxing the back of the head, back of the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, wrists, all 10 fingers, palms of the hands, or arms are relaxed. Relaxing the upper back, mid back, the lower back. Relaxing the sacrums, the hamstrings, calves, the heels, soles of the feet, all 10 toes. Relaxing the top of the feet, ankles, shins, knees, thigh. Relaxing the pelvis, lower abdomen, the navel, solar plexus. Relaxing the knees, center of the heart. Feel the breath coming in and out. Feel the lungs expanding and releasing each breath. Relaxing the pit of the throat, whole neck, whole face, jaw, tip of the nose, space between the eyebrows, the forehead, and the top of the head. Feel the whole body relax, resting on the floor. And just let go. Be quiet for a few breaths. all the way to the bird. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Bring your awareness back to your noticing parts of your body in connection or slowly start bringing you into your body. Getting fingers and toes, gently awakening the body. Perhaps moving your head from side to side. Maybe taking a